Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with a simple truth. Every one of us carries weaknesses. They're not a sign of failure, they're a sign of being human. But here's the beauty in that truth. Weaknesses are not permanent. They're not chains to hold us down, but lessons to lift us up. The question isn't whether we have them. The question is what we're going to do about them. Life will test you. Oh, it will push you to the edge, make you doubt yourself, make you want to give up. But let me tell you something. When you're at your lowest, that's when your greatest strength is waiting to rise. Strength isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. You see, strength isn't just physical. It's not about the size of your muscles or how much weight you can carry. It's in your resilience. It's in your ability to stand back up after life knocks you down. It's in your decision to keep going when the road gets rough, to believe in yourself when nobody else does, to fight for your dreams even when they seem impossible. Weakness, my friends, is not the enemy, it's the teacher. It shows you where you need to grow, where you need to dig deeper, where you need to lean into your faith, your focus, your fire. And when you face those weaknesses head on, when you say, not today, not anymore, that's when you begin to transform. That's when you start to embrace the strength that's been in you all along. I want you to picture this. A sculptor looking at a block of marble. At first glance, it's just a rock, rough around the edges, full of imperfections. But the sculptor doesn't see the flaws. The sculptor sees the masterpiece inside, waiting to be revealed. You are the sculptor of your own life. Chip away at the doubt, the fear, the excuses, and what's left will be the strongest, most beautiful version of you. But here's the catch. Strength doesn't come in isolation. You can't do this alone. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you, who see the greatness in you even when you can't see it yourself. And when you've built that strength, don't keep it to yourself. Use it to lift others, to inspire, to make this world a little better, a little. So tonight I'm asking you to make a decision. Are you going to let weakness define you? Or are you going to use it as a stepping stone to greatness? Are you going to sit in the shadows? Or are you going to step into the light of your own potential? The choice is yours. But know this. The world doesn't need perfect people. It needs strong ones. People who face their fears, overcome their struggles, and come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and ready to lead. The journey won't be easy. Nothing worthwhile ever is. But if you commit to it, if you embrace the grind, the growth, the gift of this life, you will find a strength that you never knew you had. And that strength, it will not only change your life, it will change the lives of everyone around you. So rise up, face your weaknesses, embrace your strength, and remember, the masterpiece is already within you. All you have to do is reveal it. Weakness is a teacher, not a defeat. Weaknesses are opportunities for growth and personal development, not something that defines or limits us. Strength is built, not born. True strength comes from resilience, determination, and the choices we make in the face of adversity. Embrace challenges. Life's challenges are the catalysts for growth. The tougher the battle, the stronger you become when you face it head on. You are the sculptor of your life. Just like a sculptor molds marble into art, you have the power to shape your life and turn weaknesses into strengths. Surround yourself with positivity. Strength is not built in isolation. Surround yourself with people who challenge and uplift you to help you grow. The journey is tough, but worth it. Success and strength require hard work and perseverance. The transformation is worth the struggle, and your growth will inspire others. Weakness is a part of life. It's a universal experience, something every one of us has encountered at some point. We all have areas in our lives where we struggle, where we fall short, and where we feel defeated. But what if I told you that weakness isn't the enemy? What if, instead of seeing weakness as something to be ashamed of, we could see it as a guide, something that teaches us lessons, pushes us to grow, and ultimately leads us to become better, stronger individuals. Weakness in many ways is not a sign of failure, it's a starting point, a signal that there's room for growth. You see, our weaknesses do not define who we are. They are merely markers along the journey of personal growth. At first, we may view them as setbacks or flaws, but in truth, they are the very things that can propel us toward our greatest achievements. Without weakness, there would be no need for improvement. Without it, we would have no reason to challenge ourselves, no drive to dig deeper into our potential, no call to action to become better versions of ourselves. When we experience weakness, it often feels uncomfortable. It can feel like a failure, and we may be tempted to hide from it, ignore it, or even deny its existence. Society has conditioned us to view weakness as something to be avoided at all costs, something that diminishes our value. From an early age, we are taught to be strong, to succeed, and to rise above our limitations. But what if we took a different approach? What if, instead of running from our weaknesses, we embraced them as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become better? One of the key lessons weakness teaches us is humility. It's easy to get caught up in our strengths, to rely solely on what we're good at, and to overlook the areas where we could improve. But when we acknowledge our weaknesses, we open ourselves to the possibility of growth. We become more self-awareness and more honest with ourselves. We no longer live in denial, pretending that we have it all together. Instead, we embrace the truth of our limitations, and in doing so, we gain the strength to work on them. Another important lesson that weakness brings is resilience. It's easy to stay motivated and confident when everything is going well, when we're achieving success after success. But when we encounter obstacles, when we face setbacks, that's when our true character is revealed. Weakness forces us to confront the challenges in front of us, to keep pushing forward when things get tough. It teaches us that failure is not the end, but a step on the path to success. Resilience is built in moments of weakness. It is forged through perseverance, through the decision to keep going even when it feels like the odds are against us. The beauty of weakness is that it forces us to take action. It drives us to seek out help, to learn new skills, to stretch beyond our comfort zones. It encourages us to look outside ourselves and see where we need support, whether through mentorship, education, or self-reflection. Weakness forces us to ask questions, to seek answers, and to work toward finding solutions. This process of inquiry and growth is essential for personal development. It keeps us from becoming complacent, from settling for mediocrity. Instead, it pushes us to strive for something better. Weakness also offers us a profound opportunity to reframe our mindset. Too often, we approach weakness with shame or frustration, as though it's something we need to hide or overcome quickly. But what if we viewed weakness not as an obstacle, but as a stepping stone? Instead of seeing it as a roadblock, we could see it as a catalyst for change. This shift in perspective can have a powerful impact on how we approach life's challenges. When we stop fearing weakness, we stop fearing failure. We understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and improve. There's a great deal of strength that comes from accepting weakness. It takes courage to admit that we are not perfect, that we don't have all the answers, and that we need to grow. This act of self-acceptance is incredibly empowering. It allows us to be honest with ourselves, to acknowledge where we need to improve, and to commit to the journey of personal development. We can't fix what we don't acknowledge, and weakness is the first step in identifying the areas of our lives that need attention. In fact, some of the greatest achievements in history were born from the recognition and overcoming of weakness. Think about the stories of people who overcame immense challenges. Those who were told they couldn't succeed, that they weren't strong enough, that they didn't have what it took. These individuals didn't let their weaknesses define them. Instead, they used those very weaknesses as motivation to push forward, to rise above and to prove that greatness could emerge from the most difficult of circumstances. Consider the journey of athletes who, through years of training, transform their weaknesses into strengths. They don't ignore their limitations, they face them head-on, working tirelessly to improve. Through discipline, focus, and a relentless drive to overcome, they become stronger, more capable, and more confident. Their weaknesses aren't something to avoid. They're the very thing that drives them to push further, to dig deeper, and to achieve greatness. They say, the same can be said for anyone on a journey of personal development. When we face our weaknesses with a mindset of growth, we create the opportunity for transformation. It's in those moments of weakness that we find our strength. The key is not to view weakness as something to be feared or ashamed of, but as something that challenges us to grow, to evolve, and to become the best versions of ourselves. In the end, weakness is not something that holds us back, it's a powerful tool for growth. When we embrace our weaknesses, we open ourselves up to the possibility of change, to the potential for growth that lies within each of us. Weakness doesn't have to define us. It can shape us, mold us, and make us stronger than we ever imagined possible. Strength is not something you are born with. It is something you build. It's a process, a journey that begins the moment you decide to stop settling for mediocrity and to challenge yourself to be better. People often think of strength in terms of physical power or dominance, but true strength transcends the body. It is mental, emotional, and spiritual. It is about resilience in the face of adversity, the ability to keep moving forward even when life gets tough. It is about being able to bounce back when you've been knocked down and rising from the ashes, when it feels like everything has crumbled around you. Building strength is not an easy task. It takes time, effort, and an unwavering commitment to growth. Much like building a muscle, developing strength requires consistent effort and discipline. The more you push yourself, the stronger you become. But it's not just about pushing through the physical limitations. It's about pushing through the emotional barriers and the mental blocks that can often be more daunting than any physical challenge. When you train your mind to be strong, you begin to realize that the power you need to overcome any challenge was within you all along. The journey to strength starts with belief. Before you can build strength, you must first believe that you are capable of doing so. It's easy to look at others who seem stronger or more successful and feel as if they have something you don't. But that's a false narrative. The truth is, everyone has the capacity for strength. It's just a matter of tapping into it. Strength is not a genetic trait reserved for a select few. It's an attribute that anyone can develop. The difference lies in the commitment to the process, the willingness to face discomfort, and the perseverance to continue when things seem impossible. When you start building strength, you have to be prepared to face discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. If you want to become stronger, you need to challenge yourself. Push beyond what you think are your limits. This might mean making sacrifices, staying focused on long-term goals instead of immediate gratification, or enduring setbacks without losing sight of the bigger picture. It's easy to get discouraged when progress feels slow or when obstacles seem insurmountable. But real strength is built in these moments. It's during the tough times when you feel like giving up that you begin to tap into a deeper source of strength. It's not about avoiding difficulty, but about learning how to thrive in the midst of it. As you begin to face challenges and push yourself beyond your limits, you'll find that strength becomes more than just a physical attribute. It begins to influence other areas of your life. Mental strength becomes the foundation for emotional resilience. The more you confront the challenges in your life, the more you become capable of handling them with grace and poise. When you learn to control your thoughts, to stay calm in the face of adversity, you build the emotional strength to navigate life's ups and downs without losing your balance. But mental strength isn't just about remaining calm under pressure. It's also about cultivating a mindset of growth. This means seeing setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities for learning. When you approach each obstacle with the belief that it holds a lesson, you begin to grow stronger with each challenge. This mindset shifts the focus from "I can't" to "I'm learning how to. It's about reframing every challenge as a chance to develop new skills, improve your abilities, and expand your capacity for strength. Instead of being defeated by failure, you start to view it as a tool for your growth. A key part of building strength also involves discipline. Strength doesn't come overnight. It's the result of consistent effort over time. The discipline to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Whether it's training your body, mastering a skill, or working toward a goal, the consistency of your effort will determine your level of success. Discipline is what keeps you on track when motivation wanes, when you feel tired, or when the road gets tough. It's the commitment to the process, no matter how long it takes. True strength also involves emotional maturity. It's the ability to manage your feelings and stay grounded even when emotions run high. Emotional strength isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending that they don't exist. It's about having the capacity to face difficult feelings, anger, fear, sadness, and channel them into something productive. It's about understanding that emotions are a natural part of being human, but they don't have to control you. Emotional strength is the ability to stay balanced, to make thoughtful decisions even in the heat of the moment, and to not let temporary emotions cloud your judgment or actions. As you build your strength, you'll find that one of the most powerful things you can do is to keep moving forward. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going as planned, when it feels like the world is working against you. But the key to strength is persistence. The ability to keep going even when you feel like giving up is what will ultimately get you through. Progress is rarely linear, and success often comes after facing numerous setbacks. Strength is about learning to move forward with unwavering determination, even when the path is unclear. The more you commit to moving forward, no matter what, the stronger you become. Another important aspect of building strength is learning how to handle failure. Failure is often seen as the opposite of success, but in reality, it is a crucial part of the process. Every successful person has failed along the way. The difference is not in avoiding failure, but in how we respond to it. Those who are truly strong don't let failure define them. Instead, they use it as fuel to keep going, to learn, and to grow. They see failure not as the end, but as an essential part of their journey to success. Every time you fail, you have a choice. You can either let it break you, or you can use it as a stepping stone to build even more strength. Ultimately, strength is about becoming the best version of yourself. It's not about being perfect or never facing difficulties. It's about learning how to deal with life's challenges, how to grow from them, and how to rise stronger every time you fall. Strength is a mindset, a lifestyle, and a process that requires patience, discipline, and resilience. It's not something you achieve once and for all. It's something you continuously build over time. Every day, with every challenge you face, you have the opportunity to become stronger. And with each step you take on that journey, you will realize that true strength comes from within. It is yours to build, yours to grow, and yours to embrace. Life has a way of testing us. The moments when we feel most vulnerable, when we encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable, are often the moments that push us to discover the depths of our strength. These challenges, no matter how daunting, are opportunities for growth. It is easy to coast through life when things are going well, when everything aligns perfectly and we feel in control. But the real test of who we are comes in the moments when we face adversity, when the road becomes rough, and when we feel as everything is falling apart. It is in these times when life seems determined to bring us down that we discover the true power of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to recover and rebuild even after we've been knocked down. It is the inner strength that keeps us going when we don't think we can take another step. It's not about avoiding difficulties or living a life free from hardship. Resilience is about how we respond to the inevitable struggles of life. The stronger our resilience, the more we are able to handle setbacks and come out on the other side stronger than we were before. So life is unpredictable, and challenges are a given, but how we deal with those challenges defines us. The truth is, resilience doesn't come from being perfect, and it doesn't come from avoiding failure. It is forged in the moments when we are at our lowest, when we are forced to confront our weaknesses, our fears, and our doubts. It's in these moments when everything seems uncertain that we have the opportunity to rise to the occasion. Resilience is about taking what life throws at you and using it as fuel to push forward. It is about developing a mindset that refuses to accept defeat, no matter how difficult the situation may seem. When life challenges you, it's easy to fall into a state of helplessness. The weight of the situation can feel overwhelming, and the natural instinct may be to give up, to retreat, to allow the circumstances to define us. But the key to resilience is refusing to let your circumstances dictate who you are. Resilient individuals don't see themselves as victims of their circumstances. They see themselves as survivors, as fighters, as people who are capable of overcoming whatever comes their way. This mindset is a choice. It's a decision to take control, to take responsibility for how you respond, and to refuse to let life's challenges steal your strength. One of the most important components of resilience is perseverance. It's the ability to keep going when you want to stop, to keep moving forward even when the path seems unclear. Life doesn't always go according to plan. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when things don't turn out the way you thought they would. But the resilient person doesn't let these setbacks define the outcome. They understand that failure is not the end of the road. It's just a detour. When things don't go as planned, they adjust, they adapt, and they continue moving forward. This ability to persevere, to stay focused on the bigger picture, is what separates those who give up from those who achieve success. Another key to resilience is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes we are forced to face situations we never anticipated. In these moments, we must adapt. We must be flexible, willing to change course when necessary, and open to new possibilities. Resilience is not about holding on to a rigid plan or trying to control every aspect of our lives. It's about being able to pivot when things don't go as expected and being resourceful enough to find alternative solutions. The resilient person doesn't crumble in the face of uncertainty. They find new ways to move forward. They understand that while they can't always control the circumstances, they can control how they respond. Resilience also requires a deep sense of self-belief. It's difficult to bounce back when you don't believe in your ability to do so. When we face setbacks, it's easy to start doubting ourselves, to question whether we have the strength to overcome the challenge. But resilient people have a deep belief in their own potential. They understand that challenges are a part of life, and this belief in themselves provides the fuel they need to continue fighting, even when the odds seem stacked against them. They may not have all the answers, and they may not have a clear path forward, but they trust that they have the strength to keep going. An important aspect of resilience is the ability to accept failure as a part of the process. Many of us fear failure. We view it as a sign of weakness or as an indication that we aren't good enough. But in reality, failure is a powerful teacher. It shows us where we need to grow, what we need to improve, and how we can approach things differently next time. Resilient individuals don't fear failure. They embrace it. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or potential. It's simply a setback that provides valuable lessons. This shift in perspective allows them to move through failure without being consumed by it. They know that the road to success is paved with failures, and that each one is a stepping stone toward greater growth. In addition to perseverance, adaptability, self-belief, and a positive view of failure, another important aspect of resilience is the ability to maintain hope. When things get tough, it's easy to feel hopeless, to believe that the situation will never improve. But resilient people maintain hope even in the darkest of times. They understand that life is cyclical, that better days are ahead. Hope provides the emotional fuel needed to keep going. It keeps us focused on the future rather than getting stuck in the present difficulties. Hope is the belief that no matter how hard things are, change is possible and that better times are ahead. Without hope, it's easy to give up. But when we maintain hope, we have the strength to keep fighting, to keep pushing, and to keep moving forward. Finally, resilience is about the ability to maintain perspective. It's about recognizing that while life may present challenges, we have the power to control how we react. When we face difficult circumstances, it's important to take a step back and remind ourselves that this moment is not permanent. The current hardship may feel overwhelming, but it will eventually pass. Resilient individuals are able to maintain a long-term perspective, understanding that the struggle they are facing now is just one part of the larger picture. They don't let temporary difficulties cloud their judgment or their emotional state. They hold on to the bigger picture and remember that they have the strength to overcome whatever comes their way. In life, adversity is inevitable. We will all face challenges that test our strength and resilience. But these challenges do not define us. It is our ability to bounce back, to persevere, to adapt, and to stay hopeful that will determine how we move through life's struggles. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about how we respond to them. The more resilient we become, the more we realize that no challenge is too great to overcome. And every time we face adversity, we become stronger, more capable, and more determined to succeed. You are the architect of your life. Whether you realize it or not, every decision you make, every action you take, is a step toward shaping the person you are becoming. The idea that we are solely products of our circumstances is a limiting belief that holds us back from unlocking our full potential. The truth is, we have the power to mold our lives, to shape our futures, and to transform our weaknesses into strengths. We are not bound by the conditions of our birth or the challenges we face. We are, instead, the sculptors of our own existence, and how we choose to wield that power determines the direction of our lives. When we think of life as something we can shape, it empowers us. It makes us see the world not as a series of obstacles to be overcome, but as a blank canvas on which we can create the masterpiece of our existence. We have control over the decisions we make, the people we allow into our lives, the habits we develop, and the way we view the world. These choices, no matter how small they seem in the moment, compound over time and create the person we are becoming. The first step in becoming the sculptor of your life is recognizing that you are not a passive observer. You are an active participant in your own growth. The key to shaping your life is taking full responsibility for it. Life does not simply happen to you. Every action you take, every thought you entertain, and every habit you form is a reflection of your choices. In moments of struggle, it's easy to fall into a mindset of victimhood, to blame external circumstances for your pain or challenges. But true empowerment comes from realizing that no matter what the world throws your way, you have the power to decide how you respond. By taking responsibility for your life, you take back control, and that control is what allows you to shape your future. Understanding that you are the architect of your life also means that you acknowledge your ability to change and grow. We are all capable of evolving. We are not fixed in our ways. We are constantly growing, learning, and adapting. The person you were yesterday does not have to be the person you are today. Each new day is an opportunity to build a new version of yourself, to refine your character, and to grow stronger. The foundation of who you are is not set in stone. It's malleable, and with conscious effort, you can mold it into something better, something more aligned with your goals and values. When you begin to see yourself as the sculptor of your own life, you understand that change is not only possible, it is necessary. Growth requires movement, and movement requires change. The decision to improve, to overcome weaknesses, and to push through challenges is the first step in shaping the life you want. In the same way that an artist shapes clay, you can mold your character, your habits, and your destiny. It's a major step in the master's game. Never surrender. Each day, through intentional effort and persistence, you chip away at the parts of yourself that no longer serve you, and you add new elements that bring you closer to your true potential. It is also important to remember that the process of sculpting is not always smooth. Just as an artist faces imperfections in the clay, you will face difficulties and setbacks in life. These challenges are part of the process of shaping who you are. They are not failures, but necessary steps toward growth. Every mistake, every disappointment, and every moment of hardship is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. End quote. These experiences shape you just as much as the triumphs do. The sculptor doesn't throw away a piece of clay because it cracks. They work with it, smooth out the imperfections, and continue shaping it. Similarly, in life, we don't throw away our dreams or our ambitions because of setbacks. Instead, we use them to refine our goals, sharpen our skills, and strengthen our resolve. One of the most powerful ways we can sculpt our lives is by developing the right habits. Habits are the building blocks of our lives. The small actions we take every day, whether they are positive or negative, accumulate over time to form our character and define the trajectory of our future. If you want to create a life of success, health, and happiness, you must build habits that align with those goals. Just as an artist must practice their craft daily to improve, you must also develop habits that nurture your growth and bring you closer to your vision. This means being intentional about the things you do and the things you avoid. Your habits shape who you are, and who you are determines what you can achieve. In sculpting your life, it's not just about the actions you take, but also about the mindset you adopt. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, and it is the foundation for everything you do. A fixed mindset where you believe that your abilities and circumstances are set in stone can limit your growth and potential. On the other hand, a growth mindset, the belief that you can improve and develop through effort, empowers you to keep pushing forward no matter what challenges arise. When you believe that you can always learn, adapt, and become better, you unlock the full power of your potential. Your mindset shapes how you perceive and approach obstacles, and it plays a huge role in your ability. As you sculpt your life, it's also important to remember that you are not alone in this process. Just as a sculptor might seek advice from others, learn new techniques, or collaborate with others in their craft, you too should surround yourself with people who support and challenge you. Building the life you desire is not something you can do in isolation. Seek out mentors, friends, and communities that inspire you and hold you accountable. These relationships can provide guidance, perspective, and motivation to help you stay on track. Life is a team effort, and the people you surround yourself with can play a crucial role in shaping who you are. Another key element of sculpting your life is the ability to set clear goals. Without direction, it is difficult to shape anything. Just as a sculptor works with a vision of the finished product in mind, you must also have a clear vision of the person you want to become and the life you want to build. Your goals serve as the blueprint for your action. With a clear sense of purpose, you can channel your energy into the things that truly matter, and you can measure your progress along the way. Setting goals helps you break down the larger vision of your life into manageable steps, making the process of sculpting your life less overwhelming and more achievable. The act of sculpting your life is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Just as a sculptor refines their work over time, you too must continually refine yourself. As you grow and change, so too will your goals, your values, and your vision for the future. This process of continuous improvement, of striving to be better today than you were yesterday, is what makes life a work of art. It's the journey of becoming, of evolving, and of sculpting yourself into the person you were meant to be. This process is uniquely yours, and how you shape your life is ultimately in your hands. You are the artist, the creator, and the architect of your destiny, and the masterpiece of your life is built one decision, one action, and one moment at a time. The path to building strength is not a solitary journey. It's not just about pushing yourself harder or lifting more weight. True strength, the kind that lasts and sustains us, is often rooted in the relationships we cultivate, the people we surround ourselves with, and the way we support one another through life's challenges. We are social creatures, and our capacity to grow, overcome, and thrive is significantly influenced by the environment we create around us. This means that the strength we build is often intertwined with the strength of those around us. and together we can rise higher than we ever could alone. One of the fundamental aspects of building strength with others is understanding that we don't have to go through life's battles in isolation. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we must be self-sufficient, that asking for help or relying on others is a sign of weakness. However, true strength is not about doing everything alone. It's about knowing when to reach out for support, when to lean on others, and how to collaborate in the pursuit of mutual growth. The relationships we nurture can act as a foundation during times of difficulty, offering us emotional and mental support when we need it most. Building strength with others begins with recognizing the value of a supportive community. The people we choose to surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our lives. If we are constantly around individuals who lift us up, who inspire us to be better, and who challenge us to grow, we are more likely to build the kind of strength that propels us forward. A strong community provides a sense of belonging, a space where we feel seen and heard and where we are encouraged to push past our limitations. It's through these supportive networks that we are able to not only survive but thrive. Whether it's family, friends, mentors, or colleagues, having people in our corner makes all the difference in how we approach challenges and how resilient we become in the face of adversity. Equally important is the role of mutual accountability. When we set goals and work toward growth, it's easy to lose motivation or let distractions get in the way. But when we involve others in our journey, when we commit to them as much as we commit to ourselves, we strengthen our resolve. Accountability partners are people who hold us to our promises, who remind us of our commitments, and who help us stay on track even when it feels easier to give up. These individuals help us stay focused on the bigger picture, ensuring that we remain dedicated to the process of building our strength, no matter the obstacles. They are the ones who remind us of our potential when we doubt ourselves, who celebrate our victories with us, and who challenge us to rise higher when we falter. Moreover, strength is not just about individual achievement. It's about lifting others up as we rise. When we help others build their strength, we in turn strengthen ourselves. There is an inherent power in lifting someone else, in offering encouragement, guidance, and support. It's easy to focus solely on our own growth, but when we take the time to invest in the success and well-being of those around us, we create an environment where strength multiplies. Helping others overcome their challenges, sharing our experiences, and offering our knowledge not only deepens our connection with others, but it also reinforces our own strength. The act of supporting others serves as a reminder that strength is not a finite resource. When we lift others up, we are also raising ourselves. Another crucial aspect of building strength with others is the power of collective resilience. Life will inevitably bring challenges, and sometimes we may face obstacles that seem too large to overcome on our own. During such times, it's the collective power of a supportive community that can help us navigate the storm. Just as an individual can be resilient, so too can a group. When we come together with others who are resilient, we draw strength from their courage, their determination, and their ability to face adversity head-on. The shared resilience of a group creates a sense of solidarity, of unity, that can push us to continue moving forward even in the most trying circumstances. Together, we can share our burdens, lighten our load, and offer each other the strength to persevere. However, building strength with others requires vulnerability and trust. We must be willing to open up, to share our fears, our weaknesses, and our struggles. Vulnerability is often seen as a sign of weakness, but in reality, it is a vital part of building true strength. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, when we acknowledge our imperfections and our struggles, we create the space for others to do the same. It's in this shared vulnerability that we forge deeper connections, that we learn from one another, and that we realize we are not alone in our experiences. This trust and openness allow us to rely on others when needed and to offer support when they are struggling. By embracing vulnerability, we allow ourselves to be human and acknowledge that building strength is a collective, ongoing process. The importance of surrounding ourselves with the right people also extends to the role of mentors. A mentor is someone who has walked the path before us, someone who can offer wisdom, guidance, and insight into the challenges we may face. They are the ones who help us see beyond our immediate struggles, who provide perspective when we feel stuck, and who offer advice based on their own experiences. A mentor doesn't just guide us through our weaknesses, they help us turn them into strengths. By sharing their knowledge, a mentor helps us avoid mistakes, learn faster, and grow stronger. The relationship with a mentor is one built on respect and mutual growth. As we learn from them, we also have the opportunity to reflect on our own experiences, which ultimately contributes to our strength. Building strength with others also means embracing the differences in people. It's easy to surround ourselves with like-minded individuals who think and act the same way we do. However, true growth happens when we engage with people who challenge our perspectives, who push us outside our comfort zones, and who bring new ideas to the table. These differences, though they may initially feel uncomfortable, are the very things that expand our capacity for strength. By learning from those with diverse backgrounds, experiences, and viewpoints, we gain a broader understanding of the world and develop the flexibility and adaptability that are key to building resilience. The strength that comes from diversity is the ability to unite different perspectives toward a common goal, to learn from one another, and to grow collectively. Finally, building strength with others requires us to approach life with a spirit of collaboration, not competition. The idea that we must compete with others in order to succeed often holds us back from forming meaningful relationships and from tapping into the collective strength of a community. When we view others as allies rather than adversaries, we create an environment where everyone can thrive. Collaboration fosters a sense of shared purpose, where the success of one is the success of all. By working together, by supporting each other's growth, we build strength, not just within ourselves, but within the entire community. Strength is not a solitary endeavor. It's something that grows exponentially when we invest in each other, when we support one another, and when we work together toward common goals. The journey of building strength is, in many ways, a journey we take together. It is the connections we form, the support we offer, and the resilience we build as a community that make us stronger. When we understand that strength is not about doing it alone, but about lifting others as we rise, we unlock a power that far exceeds our individual capacity. By embracing the strength of those around us and contributing to the collective strength of our communities, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve greater success than we ever could on our own. Strength, after all, is something that grows when it is shared, nurtured, and built together. Success is not a destination. It's not about achieving a specific goal and then resting on your laurels, satisfied with your accomplishments. Success is a continuous journey, a process that requires ongoing effort, constant refinement, and the courage to embrace new challenges. The truth is, success is not a one-time event. It is the accumulation of small, consistent actions that compound over time. Success is about developing habits, mindsets, and actions that align with our deepest values and aspirations. To truly succeed, we must focus not just on reaching the end, but on the journey itself, the process of growth, improvement, and perseverance. One of the key aspects of success is the realization that it doesn't happen overnight. It's easy to look at successful individuals and assume that their achievements came effortlessly, that they were simply born with a set of extraordinary talents or resources that allowed them to achieve greatness. However, behind every success story lies years of hard work, setbacks, failures, and continuous learning. Success requires patience and dedication. It requires that we commit to our goals even when the road gets tough, and it demands that we persist through the inevitable challenges that will arise along the way. The process of success is often slow and incremental, but every small step forward contributes to the larger picture. To be successful, we must adopt a mindset of continuous growth. This means that we are always seeking ways to improve, learn, and evolve. Success doesn't come from reaching a fixed point and then stopping. It comes from understanding that there is always room for growth and that there are always new levels to reach. The moment we become complacent or stop striving for improvement is the moment we risk losing the very things that made us successful in the first place. This mindset of growth is essential for long-term success. It's not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming better each day, learning from our mistakes, and using those lessons to propel us forward. Success is also deeply connected to discipline. It's about showing up every day, even when we don't feel like it. It's about doing the work, even when there are no immediate rewards. Discipline is what separates those who reach their goals from those who fall short. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, when the results are immediate and obvious, but true discipline is what carries us through the times when the work feels thankless, when the results seem distant, and when our motivation wanes. Discipline is the muscle that we develop through repeated action. The more we practice discipline, the stronger it becomes, and the easier it is to continue pushing forward, even when the going gets tough. One of the greatest obstacles to success is the fear of failure. It's easy to let fear hold us back, to let the prospect of failure keep us from taking risks or stepping outside of our comfort zones. But the truth is, failure is an integral part of the journey to success. Failure is not the end, it's simply feedback, a chance to learn and grow. Every successful person has encountered failure, often many times. What sets them apart is their ability to view failure as an opportunity rather than a setback. Failure teaches us valuable lessons that we can't learn through success alone. It shows us where we need to improve, what we need to change, and how we can approach things differently in the future. Embracing failure as part of the process is essential for success. Without failure, there can be no growth, and without growth, there can be no true success. Success is also deeply rooted in resilience. The journey to success is not a straight path. It is filled with twists, turns, and obstacles that will test your resolve. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things don't go as planned. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, and there will be times when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. It's during these times that resilience is put to the test. Resilient individuals don't let failure, rejection, or setbacks define them. They understand that these are temporary obstacles, and that the key to success is not in avoiding them, but in overcoming them. Resilience is what allows us to keep pushing forward, even when the road is difficult. And it's what ultimately leads to success. Resilience. Equally important to resilience is the ability to maintain focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. It's easy to get sidetracked by the noise around us, to get pulled in a million different directions, and to lose sight of our goals. Success requires unwavering focus, the ability to stay aligned with our vision, even when there are countless distractions trying to pull us off course. Focus is the ability to filter out the noise, to stay committed to our objectives and to keep moving forward, no matter what. Success is not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things, consistently and with dedication. Maintaining focus requires discipline, but it also requires clarity of purpose. When you know what you're working toward, it becomes much easier to stay focused on the tasks that will get you there. The journey of success is also a journey of self-awarenesses. To truly succeed, we must understand ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, and our motivations. Self-awareness allows us to make better decisions, to choose the paths that align with our values and goals, and to recognize when we need to adjust our approach. It also helps us to stay grounded, to recognize our limitations, and to seek help when necessary. Self-awareness is not about perfection. It's about understanding who we are, what drives us, and what we need to thrive. The more we understand ourselves, the better equipped we are to make decisions that move us closer to our goals and to build the life we want. Success also requires a willingness to take calculated risks. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Success demands that we step outside of what is familiar, that we take risks and embrace uncertainty. Risk-taking doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means evaluating the potential rewards and challenges and making informed decisions that push us toward our goals. When we take risks, we open ourselves to new opportunities, new experiences, and new possibilities. The fear of failure often holds us back from taking risks, but it's through those risks that we often experience the greatest growth. Risk-taking is an essential part of the success journey, and those who are willing to embrace it are often the ones who achieve the most. Finally, success is about the journey itself, not just the destination. It's easy to become fixated on the end goal, to think that success is something that will be achieved once we reach a certain point. But the true value of success lies in the process, the lessons we learn, the growth we experience, and the person we become along the way. The pursuit of success teaches us patience, resilience, discipline, and the importance of self-awareness. Success is not just about what we achieve, it's about who we become in the process. The joy is in the journey, not just the destination. And when we embrace this truth, success becomes not just an outcome, but a way of life. It's a continuous process of growth, learning, and improvement that never truly ends. To overcome weakness and embrace strength is to understand that growth is a journey, not a destination. It requires the courage to face challenges, the discipline to keep moving forward, and the resilience to learn from failures. By shaping our own path, building strength within ourselves and with others, and committing to continuous growth, we unlock our true potential. Success doesn't come from avoiding obstacles, but from facing them with determination, supporting those around us, and consistently refining our actions. The key lies in embracing the process, knowing that with every step we take, we are becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving the greatness we aspire to.